Hey, it's H here, and on today's video we're checking out Cake. This chart is from Binance, and we're going to ignore this huge wick here that was on the September 29th of 2020. With that being said, let's get right into the Elliott Wave count. If you don't know what Elliott Waves are, I got a video series about that on my channel if you want to check that out. If you don't know what that is and don't want to check those videos out, some of this content to come might be confusing to you. But for now, let's jump right into it. So just a basic moving averages we see currently. We've been climbing higher above a couple of different moving averages, mostly the 60, 250, and let's check out the 100 still here. Yeah, we're above the 100 as well, which is a bit bullish on the short term overall. Supports and resistance, we got the all-time low here, ignoring this wick again, all-time high at 48, and a major support and resistance level where we are at right now. We also got this resistance line, trend line, that we've only tested once, and that should provide a major resistance as well whenever we're going against it. Now, this is basically the count I wanted to share with you now. Let's check out the volume here. We see that from basically here on out we peaked at a really high volume, indicating a superb move in price and in volume as well, indicating this is some kind of impulse move. This is a bit weird that we had so low volume here. Most likely this huge bump in volume is, by my guess, is introducing it to multiple different exchanges, giving it a lot more exposure. Now this most likely looks like it is again one of those retail traps where people have been just buying it and it has been needing a correction for a while. So that is why I've placed this one here. Again, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be probably marked as a diagonal, right? Yeah, these are overlapping. It's not a pretty diagonal again. I think I checked it to be valid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1 of primary. And that brings us to the all-time highs. From down there, we're checking out an ABC to the wave 2 of primary. This was again a weird, super weird looking diagonal here. I managed to squeeze it in, it is legal, but it has a massive throw over to this fifth of minute, bringing us to the first of minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again to the A of intermediary, and another ABC correction. I didn't label this last wave of C as it is really choppy, and didn't want to just sit there wasting my time doing that. Now the retracement here indicates us, or brings us back to the golden pocket, and with this being a B, it has to be 5 waves here and 5 waves here in order to be an ABC or a zigzag. If it is not 5 waves in here, we would need to make this ABC a WXY, since it doesn't retrace back to the 90% area. Now from here on out, it looks kinda impulsive, but again had some issues, and let's go over those issues because these were something to look for. Now again, I tried to bring some kind of impulsive structure here and managed to squeeze this diagonal here. I first tried to end it around these areas, but I just couldn't get the figures or Fibonacci extensions right. So the only options I found was to bring it here. This would be the -1. Now, what is bad about this count is this whole structure here. This all this like this sideways movement is definitely not pretty, and this whole structure here is a bunch of 3 waves, and this is the count that I managed to squeeze in. This wick here I ignored because it wasn't on Qcoin, for example, as you see here. So wave 2 here again, and the rest of it felt pretty flowy down here, bringing us wave 3 here, 4 and 5. Rest I didn't really have an issue, and we can check out the extension here, 1618 down here, giving us this wick, which was even more major in other exchanges. Qcoin bringing us down to 7.6. But I've marked it here or labeled it here as where the Binance chart has it. Bringing us again down to 4 and another impulse wave, clear impulse wave structure down here to the 5th, bringing us to the end of the C or the current lows. And yeah, that was basically the way to get us to the primary 2. Now let's check out the volume again here, if that is supporting it, and indeed it is. Currently bringing us lower volume constantly. Now there was a spike of volume here, same as a few other times, but generally we can see the volume has been dropping all the way since down here, which is a bit weird. Another thing is to consider if we have primary 1 already here, and this is some kind of a WXY correction, but it doesn't really matter too much to me, at least, although this volume profile is a bit weird looking. Now we have this major spike in volume here that we're going to check out real soon. Before that though, I wanted to show you another way to get down here, and this was the WXY. Now this WXY could be placed here as well, right here, again ignoring this wick, and giving this could be labeled again somehow 3-way move. All this noise here is just really hard to deal with, and just wanted to bring you an attention that there is alternate ways to label this as well. Again, reminding it, if this is not the end of wave 2, although it looks like it, because we have divergence here, bullish divergence, gives some kind of indication that is a bottom of some sorts at least. If this is not the bottom, I would assume we would be climbing higher, at least to the 0.5 area, giving us this 3-way move down here, ending something, maybe the first move of this this 2, and then we would be climbing higher before again going down more. The higher we climb, the less the lowest point of this correction would be. But I'm not going to worry about that at the moment, as currently looks like some kind of bottom here, and we got a really nice move off of the lows. So this is my main count here, and this is the low currently. Yeah, before we go forward with that, I wanted to show you this parallel channel again, and which is weird is we didn't go more than past the middle point on this correction. We tagged the A, B, and C wave only came down to the 50% on midpoint of this channel. But I guess it's not mandatory to bring down to these levels here, but usually on zigzags, as what we've labeled this, this is a thing that it comes back to the outer edge of this parallel channel. Of course, it is not needed. Now let's jump into this correction that this move upwards that we have currently. Again, we had this major volume spike here, shown in MACD as well. A huge amount of volume. Not sure what that indicates, to be honest. It could be the end of wave 1 of some sorts. Maybe not this degree, maybe it's some kind of minuet or something else. And all this should be at this point here. What we currently see is, let's go back to 30 minutes, or maybe 1 hour. We don't need to see that much action on the sticks here. But currently we see a huge bearish divergence. We're getting higher lows constantly, higher highs constantly on the price, and lower highs on RSI, giving us this huge amount of bearish divergence, alerting us basically that some kind of correction is happening. Even with this latest one, we had a correction already, small correction, let's see, 12%, but we climbed higher again and still making a lower high on RSI, not being able to break this channel. So most likely a more or bigger correction is to come, and this small price action here is most likely just the start of it. Is this impulsive though? It is hard to say. Just looking at these lows here, trying to get 5 waves into this mess here. Let's go into the 15 minutes now. It is pretty difficult. We see this kind of move here, some kind of correction, then it could be another impulsive move, maybe 1, 2, but this is again some kind of move that does not really provide too much information. It goes above the 1618, making it more likely to be again a 1, 2 than just the B wave of this correction, like so. But again, we don't see any way forward here, unless you would like to say that this is some kind of wave 4. Comparing it to these waves or trying to link it to these waves is just so weird, and it is, I don't know, it's hard to say that what is actually going on here Elliott Wave wise. Just technical analysis, we're seeing this huge bearish divergence, expecting lower prices to come. This here is the invalidation around 7.37. I'm going to set a alert here as well. Let's bring that a bit higher. So if the price comes down to these levels, this wave 1 is invalidated, unless we have somehow managed to make this a 3, 4 and 5. Then we would be correcting lower and we would say this is fine. If this would be again the 5-way move, we would be expecting us to correct all the way down here around 0.5, and even the golden pocket on here at the 618 around $6.60 64 cents. If this is a higher time frame correction or part of the correction, then is this, I'm not sure which these are. Okay, let's hide these for a bit. If this again is part of a larger time frame correction, bringing us higher in price and then only lower afterwards, it definitely can be that case. But I feel like it all comes down to what Bitcoin is doing right now. This is not really tradable at the moment, at least on Elliott Wave terms. Short time frame, I expect a small dump, to be honest. And I might even, if we get a small higher wick up to the higher levels, might even enter shorts, as I didn't catch that yet. But yeah, I think those are the main points I wanted to show you on Cake. And if you have another count, let me know down in the comments. And if you have another request for which coin you would like me to analyze next, let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.